Last time on Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon, we learned that Rose is the black monster, Shauna is the moonchild, and this madman, Zieg, which is also Dart's father and Rose's fiancé, is hell-bent on regenerating, destroying the world. And we only have one more disc left to save it. It'll be interesting to see how Rose and Dart cope now that Dart knows that the very person that, or the very demon that he has sought to kill, he's been traveling with the entire time. That's kind of what happens when you travel through a desert, Maru. And unfortunately, we have a big desert to go through. Talk about going out of the freezer and into the fire. This place is big, too. I want to say that the Death Frontier, which is the area that we're in now, is the biggest area in the game. There's a lot of items here, and this place is a big maze. Thankfully, it's an encounter-free, or not an encounter-free, but a random encounter-free zone. All of the enemies that you can encounter here will be visible on the map. The real danger is trying to avoid enemies while being sucked in by all of the whirlpools of quicksand. Another thing that can happen is enemies sneaking up on you from off screen and just winding up like this. We've got a couple new enemies here, a Cambria Dayfly and a Scorpion. The Scorpion is just a powerful physical attacker, and the Cambria Dayfly is immune to poison. And I forgot to heal Maru. This is the real reason why I bought all those supplies back at Velweb, is not because there's not because there was a boss fight at the end of Disc 3, but because you have to go through this big-ass desert to get to the next area, and you don't really have a way to get items. Given that it's the last disc, the enemies around here hurt like a truck. And they counterattack a whole bunch. Yeah, Scorpions have really high defense. I actually think that Scorpions have more defense than the final boss. I really want to work on Al's addition, but wait, you know what? Why is Maru even in my party? I should probably bring somebody else in. Somebody that needs to work on additions more. Who do I want to bring in, though? Oh, you know what? I'll just get to the next screen first. And do it then, where I'm not in so much danger of being attacked. Now, who do I want to bring in place of Maru? I think I'll bring in... I'm going to bring in Hashel, because I haven't used him for a while. What do I want him to have? I think I'm just going to give him my War God Sash so that he can work on SP and possibly get to his next Dragoon level before the end of the game. He definitely doesn't need a D-Stone Amulet, because there are no enemies here that inflict the petrification condition. Additionally, if you equip him with both the Energy Girdle and the War God Sash, the amount of SP he gains will be doubled. And here's another new enemy, Sandworm. They are immune to fear, they can inflict the arm blocking status on you with a special attack. And other than that, they have just a lot of HP. 1,440 HP. Thankfully, they don't have very much defense. So you can generally take them out in, a round and a half. That's another reason for not using Baru in this location, is because a lot of enemies in the desert have very powerful physical attacks, and she's not going to be able to do much for her survival that way. Here we get a healing breeze. And we want to slide. There are certain of the quicksand pits you want to slide down, because you'll find treasure chests in the underground caves. That's right. And as long as we're here, we're going to make sure that world doesn't end. We get a moon serenade here. Unfortunately, every time you go down this this area, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. And you're going to have to do this several times, making sure to dodge the enemies. I guess the desert could be considered an auto-grinding spot, but it just doesn't seem that good of an auto-grinding spot compared to the what is it? The one in Cadessa, because you don't have because you only have one kind of enemy and it's only a single encounter, so you're less likely to run out of HP. Over here we get a healing fog, and there's another place we can fall down over here that contains a treasure box with a very valuable treasure in it, if I remember correctly. Yes, there is a healing rain. Have I had to use any of... You know what? Have I had to use any of my healing rains yet this game? I don't think I have. If I haven't, I should have 3 healing rains. Yeah, I haven't had to use any yet. That's awesome. But I'm probably going to end up using them in this disc. Believe me, viewers, there are a lot of very hard bosses on this disc. Now that we've gotten all the treasure, I can just show you the easiest way to get out of here. If you go all the way to the right in this first area, and then just go straight down, that will take you to the exit to the first area of the Death Frontier. There are 2 areas to the Death Frontier, marked off by different underground cave sections. Any quicksand that I'm passing up leads nowhere. Like it just takes you to the base of the cave, and you don't get any treasures. No monsters here, and an oasis. If you examine the oasis, you'll have your HP and magic fully recovered, and there's a save point here as well. Rose, what are you talking about? Rose, this isn't just your problem. This is the world's problem. This isn't even Dart's quest anymore. This is Rose's quest. As long as the 3 divine moon objects and the moon child have not reached the moon, and the signet on the moon has not been broken, then the world's fine. And that's what Rose's new objective is. Now you can head north. Actually, you can head all 4 directions here. Heading south won't take you anywhere. So let's actually... What I want to do is head north and then double around to the far east side to pick up a couple of items. I believe one of them is the most important item you can get here. And... Is it? Checking my notes. Is this it? No it isn't, but there is a very important item here still. It's the item on the other side of this area I was thinking of. You go all the way into the southeast corner of the desert, you will find an item box, if I can open it, containing a gladius for Rose. If you fall down here, you'll be able to find the second cave, and you'll land next to a chest containing an item that I really don't care about, but whatever. It's a recovery ball. Now we're going to go along the west side of this area. You want to be careful and not enter the screens too far to one side, because if you do, you can wind up in a lot of trouble by appearing next to a quicksand pit, and yeah, bad things can happen. There's 2 quicksand pits here, and a chest that... Is this the one that has the important item? I believe it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is the chest with the important item. You know what, while I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and give Rose her new weapon. It's an instant death weapon. And I did not want to move out of the menu like that. Is anybody down on HP? No, except for Congo, who just gained a level. I need gold though. So I think I'm going to throw out. I think I'm gonna throw out my Black Rain, because I don't see myself using magic attacks. Magic attacks aren't really that useful for a majority of the disc. But even if you don't have some throwaway item, you'll need to get rid of something, because that chest has the power down in it. And if you... Oh crap, I headed down the wrong one. Damn it. I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back there and get it. There's actually 2 different... there's 2 different pits you can fall into to get to this particular... item. And I don't even think it's that important. But for completion's sake, I'm gonna have to get it anyway. Oh well. Ah, darn it. Stupid desert. Desert areas, water areas, they're just as annoying in video games. That's the one we want to fall down. This is the one that has a treasure chest. But I believe this chest is a lot less useful than the ones that we found before. Yeah, I'm full on inventory, so I'm going to have to throw something else away. Healing Breeze, yeah, sure. We get a Sun Rhapsody. Now, if I remember, there's actually only 2 more chests in this area, and one of them is basically useless. The other one is really useful. I might actually get into another battle just to use that spirit potion, get it out of my inventory. Well, I guess this place isn't so huge that you can't get through it without items. So it's not the end of the world if you don't have inventory slots left, but still. There's another oasis and another save point here if you need it. Actually, you know what? I think for this segment, I'm going to put a link to a map of the Death Frontier in the video description. Very useful map, shows where everything in here leads. Very comprehensive. It's on GameFAQs. I'll just put a link in the video description because maps are useful. Well, I didn't get into that battle that I wanted to, so I'm gonna just have to waste a healing breeze, I think. Actually, no, I'll use a healing fog because they're cheaper. And in this chest we get a healing potion. Really, game? That necessary? Don't worry, there's better treasure down here! Second best treasure down here, really valuable. The bandit's shoes. Finally. We're going to want to give those to whatever male character needs them. And that is Al. Unless I use Kongal, I don't think I'm ever going to remove these from Al. Except to give him to Kongal. Because he really needs the speed. Well, that should be all the treasure, so we can get out of this stupid desert now. I didn't run into nearly as many enemies as I thought I would. Well, this is going to make editing this episode a breeze. One thing that's been on my mind a little bit, and this is actually really convenient because I haven't recorded The Legend of Dragoon in a while, is my boss at work died of something really sudden. At least that's what they say, but I get the feeling that she was hiding her true condition from everybody. Even her secretary didn't know that she was sick until 5 or 6 days before she died. So basically, work has been a mess while I've had an interim, while her secretary has been serving as my interim boss, and just getting used to how she does things. And also we've been getting a lot busier. Which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because since I do transport at a hospital, more people are. I don't know if more people getting sick is a good thing. It definitely keeps me busy. All right, finally we're out of the Death Frontier. But what awaits us in the wingly city of Ulara? Find out next time on Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon. See y'all later.